So I want to discuss how navigating the pressures and expectations of the modeling industry taught me resilience and self-acceptance and the importance of assertive communication, which can be a tricky one in the world of modeling, which is one is in my past now, but also very familiar to me since I spent many years, a couple of decades in that industry. It opened my eyes to the need for self-assuredness, first and foremost, knowing who you are, what you are going into it, because if you don't, you are certainly going to get rocked right off your socks and take everything personally. And trust, there is a lot to take personally because in that industry, it being so surface level, there are a lot of individuals who are there to feel powerful in their ability to reject and demean you and objectify you. So you certainly have to be able to withstand a lot of that. And I wasn't. I took a whole lot of it personally. I would say for my entire modeling career, I was still taking things personally and getting hurt about rejection. However, obviously, I spent a lot of time there, so I got back up, I tried again, I adjusted, and I evolved. And through that, I learned, and maybe, I could say I created for myself a mechanism of facing resilience, of facing the rejection of others that goes a little something like this. If I'm taking something personally, and you're taking something personally when you're feeling upset about something someone else did or said to you, or, some interaction that totally happened outside of your body. There it was, you and another person, or maybe they just sent you a text or said something to you. This goes for obviously way outside of the modeling world, but this is where I learned it. And then you get a choice, and it is either to take that, whatever they said, as something that means something about your intrinsic value, that means something about your worth. And you can do that. That's a very painful route to go, which I've taken many times. Or you can recognize that actually what they're offering is a glimpse into who they are, first of all. And you can see that as, oh, wow, that could have been said in a better, kinder, more professional, way. And you can now know that about that person as well. And you can know that who you really are is so much more than whatever they have seen in the small interaction you've had with them. That's the case even if someone's known you for years and years and years. No one can know you the way you can know you. So the options there are pretty clear as far as which one is going to lead you to a more resilient place. And practicing that, well, even though I didn't know, I was not conscious at the time that I was practicing that, but that was what was being offered to me in my life was, hey, here's another opportunity to face rejection, to find your own resilience, to know yourself well enough to not get knocked down, to not get knocked down so hard that you don't get up again. And I find that wonderfully valuable now, especially in hindsight looking back. And one of the other pieces of that is it taught me to hone my ability to be assertive in communication, which means I had to become really able to use my voice, my presence, my physical body even, as like this almost energetic field that spoke for me, whether it was actually verbally or just physical presence, exuding a certain energy that said, and I had to get clear on what I wanted it to say. And what I wanted it to say was, I'm certain of myself. If you aren't certain of who I am, that's okay. There's no way you can know me as well as I know myself. And I'm certain of myself. And I'm also certain that I like who I am. I'm evolving still. I'm still finding things that I want to adjust and get better at and be a better human about. But I know for a fact that in this moment, I'm doing the best that I can. And I believe that about everybody else as well, by the way. And because I know myself that well, because I have explored myself to that degree, whatever interaction we have between myself and whatever person I'm interacting with, I won't be disturbed off of my center line. And that creates this assertive communication where people go, she's serious about who she is. She has the audacity to stand in her sovereignty and her truth. Yeah, we probably shouldn't mess with her. And even more so, well, she treats herself like she's a good person. She treats herself like she's doing the best she can. She treats herself like she's lovable and valuable. So we should too. And they follow suit. And that's really how we show the world around us how to treat us. That's how we enact our resiliency. And it seems like, wow, that takes a lot of learning how to be self-masterful. Yes, it does. And you've probably been learning it your whole life through one mechanism or another, like I was through modeling career, even though I had no idea that's what was going on. And it really just takes a little bit of drawing out, pulling out of yourself, taking some time with yourself, sitting with yourself and really writing out your story, understanding what you have gone through to realize, I have been honing this knowing of myself, this self-mastery, probably for my whole life. And now it just takes a small little reframe to start seeing it as something deeply valuable, deeply certain that you can go in and once you make that reframe, grasp for yourself and go, oh yeah, I can own this. I've been practicing it my whole life. All I got to do is shift the way I've been thinking about it. So I hope you take some time to begin that investigation with yourself, to create that self-mastery, that confidence, and that assertive ability to communicate. I'm happy to help you with it, of course. This is what I do with my clients, and I'm happy to help you too if that's something you're interested in. But in the meantime, just start exploring your personal history and what brought you to now, and especially the painful stuff, because those are going to be the moments where you have to show up to understand yourself better. And even if you've been looking for that understanding outside of yourself up until now, there is a simple reframe for you, specifically and uniquely for you, that when you tap into it, just by slowing down and asking these questions to yourself, writing them out, this type of thing, when you do the work to do that, when you create that reframe, it changes everything. It allows you to finally make meaning of your life, own your own self-certainty and self-confidence, and become an extraordinarily resilient human being. Good luck.